Hello everyone. So Yuzi here. Back again, what I'm going to do this time is it's a bit of a montage of all my novelty survival builds. All my builds are done in survival mode. I don't do creative and no duplicating glitches. I don't have horses in my world. As you see over there, I've killed all the animals off and I'm not getting any horses. And I'm still, even though I haven't got horses, I'm still not going to go in creative. I'll just live without horses. Sadly, I'll have to do that, but this is going to be a collection of my novelty builds. This is one of an earlier one I done. And some of you will quite like. I'm not going to go into these buildings because I don't want the video to be too long. But this will be the first one. Oak tree house. These are all grown from oak tree houses. All grown and then just trimmed around with tall oak trees. So I'll pause it here and get on to the next site. Okay, there we go, on to the next one. This is my jungle tree house. This is all jungle tree wood. The reason this one came out the same as the jungle tree castle is I had farmed so many jungle trees, I ended up with so much wood I didn't know what to do with it. Again, I've grown all the jungle trees around. To me it looks quite good. It's another novelty build and another survival build. So I'm going to move along quickly to the next one. I'll just pause it again here. Okay, in this building here, this is something I built specially for jungle trees. It's a jungle tree farm. Again, it looks quite good. I'll just go for a quick look into this one. This was built when I didn't have that much material and I really farmed and farmed. It looks well, it looks good, but I'm not going to hang around. I'm just going to move on to the next one, otherwise it'll be an hour long video. So I'll pause it again here. Okay, here we have, this is an ornament. These are basically all birchwood trees, all grown in a pyramid shape. It'd be a lot harder to do now because you used to be able to control the height trees grow by putting a block on top of them. But now you can't control them, they just don't grow. But this is more of an ornament. They are all, that middle tree is stacked up the whole way down with birch blocks. The next one here is the birchwood tree farm. Basically, it's a very simple idea, but basically just kept in the theme of what I do and novelty builds. All the wood around is birchwood and grown in there is all birchwood trees. All help me to build, I should say, the stuff I build. What more can I say to it? Quickly go here. That's another simple one I've done of a tree house. Basically, you grow trees. Very simple. This is again another one of my first ones. I'm not going to go all the way over, but the fishing house. Not to stay here too long. I'm just going to pause again when I get onto this bit of land. Basically, this is a very simple idea. This is actually a vine farm, and it's very efficient. Basically, pyramid grown. Knocked all the blocks out, put the vines there, and you get plenty of vines off this. It's ornamental, plus you can farm off of vines. That's just basically an old structure that I use for a base camp. So I'll pause it again and go on to the next novelty build I've done. Coming in here now, this is actually one of my first builds. This is when I didn't have an awful lot of material. And I was chuffed with this. It's an incredibly simple building, but I was chuffed that I built this. It's like a little child. It was a very simple building, but it looks good. It's a novelty building, that's what they're supposed to be. No idea to explain how delighted I was to build this. To say, like a little child. So I'm going to move on to the next destination. Okay, that's just, here we have just another little simple build I've done. This is one of my first builds. Again, Minecraft is a learning process on what you can do. Like, you have your starting off builds, and then you start figuring out what other stuff you can do. I'm going to stroll around here, kind of try and get around here a bit quickly. As I constantly try to build novelty builds, using different blocks, different ideas. Again, we have this one. This was basically using trapdoors on wall and red brick. Again, it's a novelty build. It's a fun build. This is probably, the next one is probably one of my best builds. Give me one sec. This was one build I was totally proud of. With the wheat field. All of them are grown. All those sugarcane are actually grown tree high. And I got them to grow as a perfect pyramid. I was really chuffed with this one. Really was chuffed. So okay, from this one we're gonna move on. Okay. Here we have another one. Nobody built it on. This is a spruce wood house. This is the idea I came up for it. Again, it's different as usual, as we do have a collection of unusual buildings. Now out here, this is me using lava and water again. Another novelty building. Underneath that there's a Minecraft museum, which I basically have every item you can get in Minecraft survival mode, as this is a pure survival mode, and I spent a huge amount of time collecting the material for that. Now let's move on to the next one. There we go, that's an arena I built for the Wither Boss. I have a fully operational beacon on top of that. Probably one of the maddest things I ever built. All that ore put into no use, but it's another novelty build I've done. I'd use a boat on most of these things, but they just keep breaking, so I just prefer just to swim. Not too far to go now. But they have a good collection of novelty builds. Again, all pure survival mode, pure legit. 99.9% of it built by me. People who follow me would know these buildings. There's the mushroom house. I'm not going to go over to that one. Again, that was a clever build. Here we have the lava house. I love trying to use things differently. And basically it's a very similar idea with the water house in the background over there. Again, a lot of azure block put in there. This is my idea for the floating house. Again, I'm just doing these fairly quickly. These are all legit survival builds. Again, my world is a collection of I try to create unusual buildings instead of having a set theme or a medieval theme. Just try and build as many different things as I can as possible. Cocoa bean house. Stairs of the house, and plus there's plenty of cocoa beans there farmed there. So to get to the next destination, I'm going to pause it for the rest of my survival builds. Just as I'm strolling over here, this is just another building I've done. It's a oakwood tree farm, mushroom farm. Should I need mushrooms? That's where I grow the spruce wood. I'm going to come up with a different idea for them. Again, as I stroll over here, another idea, I created a mushroom village. Now, people who follow me will be familiar with these buildings. Oh, it's coming to night time. This is the mushroom village. This is all done by ground mushrooms together. I'm going to go through here pretty quickly. And over here is my jungle tree castle again from farming so much jungle wood. I didn't know what to do with it, and this is where I came up with. Again, all built in survival, legit survival, no duplicating glitches, all pure survival. Huge amount of hours put into this game. Looks quite well. Another house, a tree type house in the background. Not going to hang around here too long. Just going to pause it here again. Back again, here we have actually a fully working operational lighthouse. One of my best builds. But guys, funny story about this. I asked my son, was I a better builder of Minecraft than Stampy? Or I should say Poet. And he says, well, if I built a working lighthouse, he'd say it was better than Stampy. Or I should say Poet. So I did. And what did he say after that? Oh, he can knock his one off. Well, that's a fully operational working lighthouse. Buildings here are one of my very first buildings. Again, I was chuffed when I did it. On to this section. This is a collection of my builds. A huge amount of buildings I've done. It's an underwater house. I'm not going to go into it. A huge amount of time doing this. Just digging that hole out to build that there. If you're ever building a water house, you're better off to dig a hole or find a spot where there's a hole in it, build your house, and then put the water in. because that way you have total control of your house. Okay, head off here. Again, I'm not staying too long on houses. I'm just doing a full montage of my builds I've done in my survival world. There's quite a lot done, and a huge amount of hours put into it. That was one of my first buildings over there. It looks quite good, actually. Most of these I have put up on YouTube. That was one of my first. I thought that was a cool thing I built at the start. A lava and water house. Little farms going on, little hills. Down here's the fishing village. And I'm not going to go into it. Again, it's a little fishing village I done. Far distance. Little kind of pagoda type house made of red brick. Again, my world is, this is what I try to do, is I try to build different things all the time and not stick to the same stuff. Again, this is one of my first builds. And you've got to remember, when you start off in Minecraft, your first builds they are fairly simple, and you do get more complicated builds as you move on. That was my first lava house. I was chuffed with that. Now, that jungle, I should say that jungle biome, you see, that's a man-made jungle biome. All I got was one jungle tree, and I farmed it, and I farmed it. So I created all of this, from spending hours and hours of just farming jungle trees. If anybody wants me to do a video on how to farm jungle trees without using the duplicating glitches, I'll do it, but it won't save you time. It takes a long time to farm them. Okay, from here I'm going to pause it and go to the next site. Again, this is another novelty build I done. Basically using ivy. Now, the thing about this house, it's not totally mob-proof, but it's a novelty idea which I took on. Inside this building, I've put enough material in it. It's a building arena for challenges. Huge amount of material put into the chests inside that, just so we can have little build challenges with my kids. Who can build the best building? Okay, I'm going to move off to the next one. Hold on. Okay, here we have a couple of fun builds. This is me little snow golem. I used to have snow golems in there, but this used to be, it's probably back to a snow biome again. What happened was every time it rained, they just melted. So this is one of the beginning builds. It was a bit of a fun build, just learning about Minecraft, the same as this one here. Again, it's another fun novelty build. Okay, just pause again there and go on to the next site. This is probably one of my first builds, and when you play Minecraft first, you have to build it something to the sky limit, and we actually did build that to the sky limit, and then they doubled the height limit. So I won't actually try to build anything to the full height limit, because you won't be able to see anything from it. But this is something that's made of every single block. It's one of my first builds, but I do think I have to include it. Me and my son actually built this one. Again, this was the very beginning, so there wouldn't have been a lot of materials. That's why it's every single type of block to make it. So I'm going to move on to the next site. I'm just going to pause again and move on. Now, here we have, I don't know what I was thinking when I was building this, but there's a lot of ideas here. I'm using lava and sandstone and water, just with sugar cane being able to stack on it to give certain effects. A bit of a mad build, but a bit of fun. Now we're just going to use this little rail cart. I'll just give him a little push. Coming up to the next one. I should say the next tree. Okay, so I'm here. This is a cactus farm I created. It actually is a total pyramid. It gives an illusion at times it's not, but it's kind of this pyramid, we should say, kind of pyramid shaped. It is quite level all over, and inside here there is an actual fully functioning cactus farm. And a very efficient farm at that. The next is me boat. made of pumpkins and melons. I wanted to build a boat and I wanted to build different. There's loads of different boats on Minecraft. Again, my world is about nobody built. Again, inside this boat, there's fully functioning wheat farm. I think carrots and potato farm as well. I'm gonna move over here. I'm trying not to stay too long on any particular building. Again, I seem to have a good collection of nobody builds in my world. Again, this is something I've done with nether brick. That's what I try to do, is I try to take bricks and get ideas. Again, I'm not going to go into it again, but we'll be here all day if I was going into all the buildings. Again, it was a simple idea. Again, I like it, it works, it's different. That's what Minecraft should be about, your imagination. And from here I'm going to pause and get to the next site. Okay, here's another novelty build I've done. Again, a lot of time put into this. Using silk touch to get ice blocks. Again, buildings should be fun. Not necessarily perfect medieval castles. Again, a lot of time put into building this one. And we're coming kind of to the end. Only a couple more buildings to do. Everything here is built in survival mode, legit, no duplicating glitches, and it's never been creative and it never will. So from this little view here, I'm going to move to the next site. And from the final two buildings in my novelty build collection, this is basically a gravel house. I've only recently put a video up on this. And the other one I've only recently put this video up as well, but I had to keep it within my montage collection. Of all novelty builds, survival mode, like how I like to play the game. I don't want to be spending all my time building medieval castles or one thing. Just build as many mad things and use as many different blocks as many ways as possible. Now I'm not a master builder, but I do have fun playing the game and I do think I do get some good ideas. If you have any comments, leave a comment. If you like what I've done, leave a like. If you want to ask questions on how I build certain stuff or the ideas behind it, I'll do it. Leave a comment, leave a like. And from this look, I should say some, as I'm always making commentary mistakes and this video's a bit long, I'm not the best at editing. I'm an amateur YouTuber with an amateur YouTube setup, so I'm not the best at editing either. So basically said I won't be editing, this is just going to be a full run video. So the best luck from music, and take care.